Hey there, Bob Rapp here. It is Wednesday, November 12th, and I've been talking with some peers of mine who are working on deploying AI across the world, mostly at large enterprises. And I thought I would share some things that I've noticed. By the way, this came from the usual process that I went through. So I certainly use Perplexity Pro Labs. I use ChatPRD. I use Bolt. I use Lovable. Magic Patterns. I'm going to continue this in a couple other sessions with Replit. I'm actually going to do some work in Descript. But I'm sharing this to try to help explain. I keep going to AI conferences and to meetups and talk to friends in industries, and they go, enterprises are 85 to 95% having failures in AI. And I think that is an interesting term. It's an interesting statistic. By the way, Gartner, MIT, everybody has some kind of statistic. What I've discovered is that proof of value or proof of concept to production is much, much higher if you have what, and the new kind of cool term, I think, is forward deployed engineers. Um, Forward deployed engineers typically are folks that are on site or deeply engaged in your business, sometimes funded by the the company, sometimes funded by the vendor or the partner. Um, this is a very interesting thing that is happening across the industry. So in later sessions, you can go ahead and help me find other folks that are doing this and see how those playbooks are working, because I believe that uh, generative AI can really change the world for good. It's having some problems right now, and let's kind of look at the failure mode. One is the easy button. Hey, it's really easy to do prototypes. You've seen all of these 0 to 1 prototypes, um, right? That's kind of an interesting problem. There is the garbage in, garbage out for data quality problem. There is business misalignment, meaning generally most of the projects that you see that fail don't have anything to do with AI or even data. They're just not great projects, right? People think it's a magic button. Skills and execution, mostly because lots of people don't know what AI can do and what it can't do. And, AI is cool, but it is just a tool in the toolbox. Weak governance and risk management, a lot of risk management. And I'm talking to peers, particularly I've got some folks in healthcare who tell me that a lot of what they're seeing with oversight is really about making a list, checking it twice, having a meeting, but it's really not scaling at all to the kinds of problems and complexity that we have. This might, by the way, be the most difficult one, production complexity, because we've never had a world of non-deterministic input, non-deterministic output. So this is a problem. And of course, change management. So my thought was, who are the people that are interesting voices to go take a look at? And there's some different folks here, right? So we've got Ali Miller, who is got 2 million followers. Cassie, Google's first chief data decision scientist. We've got a strategist, Lisa Lee, at Lisa AI. We have Pascal at McKinsey. We have Doug. Um, we've got Lee, who's an enterprise architect with Mars. Lee, very interesting voice here, right? And you can sort of read through these pieces. Nicole Russell. Databricks has a forward deployed engineering team. I think they just have a new leader there. It's kind of interesting. So for each of these, I've put together just a profile. Again, sorry, this is a beta application, so not quite ready for prime time, but I'm going to build it out over the next few videos. So what do you do here? Well, technical excellence, business alignment, governance, and risk. There's no secrets here. Right, here's how you think about testing and validation. Here's how you think about observability. I'm a big fan of observability tools because people keep talking about agentic, and I'm like, well, we're doing chatbots or we're doing agents, but can we control the cost? Can we do oversight and observability? Do we have good governance, and what does that mean, right? How do we make this automated, CI/CD? How do we plan for recovery from an incident? What happens when bad things happen to good people? What are the safety guardrails? And this is just a thought piece. I'd love those of you that follow me know how to get a hold of me. But if you don't, just bobrapp@gmail or bobrapp@hotmail. My words are my own. I'm just trying to help the community be better here. This is also I'm going to talk a little bit about this at the AI Tinkerers event in the next couple of weeks in Seattle. So, what are forward deployed engineering models? Why do they matter? Well, generally because there is very much ownership on both sides. So, this is a joint commitment to invest people, process, technology into solving these problems in a sensible way. There's some good case studies. There's particularly a healthcare clinical decision. This was diagnosis. I think healthcare is a really interesting test because it turns out to be one of the harder tests. By the way, these are some frameworks that I think matter. I think I probably missed some, and I know you'll comment on the video on what I missed. If you'd like updates, let me know. I think this is the kind of thing we might actually start a site. Ken and I are talking about some governance things, so this might be a way to sort of think about the site. And then I've done this audit for readiness, right? How do you measure your POC success? Do you have any form of governance? Is there sponsorships? What are your biggest barriers to deployment? Do you have a COE for AI? How many products in production? By the way, not 0 to 1, but actually supported. What are the formal testing protocols? Do you have monitoring and observability? What's your data quality? So I'd love to, and then I think that becomes a readiness report. So anyway, this is my thinking. My goal is to make the community better. I love the people I work with and the work we're doing at my company. I hope that that is true for yours. Anyway, join me in the conversation. Thanks a lot.